What's up, everybody? I know a lot of you guys have asked for me to come on and bring a weekly live Q&A session. So here it is. It's going to be every Monday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So all you guys need to jump on and let's make this happen. So as you're jumping on, make sure that you are asking questions. And so it'll be a lot of fun to answer the questions, do some role play. So I'm just gonna hang tight for a minute until people start getting on. Biggest things, today's Monday, and every Monday you should have already had your planning session, which happens on Sundays. Plan out your week, plan out your goals, look at your vision boards, make sure that you're on track. Look at last week's production, see what you did, what you accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, where your weak points were, where your strong points were, and really evaluate. And this just isn't with work. This should be your family. This should be your relationship with God. This should be everything. So make sure you're taking the time to evaluate every bit of your business so that when you start Monday, you're starting off to a massive week and you're just taking off where you need to be and build out that process, that network, and be able to go and kill your goals. That's really what life's all about, is getting a little bit better, just a little bit better each and every day. So guys, hopefully you're on pace to master your real estate accomplishments. I'm going to go over some quick events we've got coming up. We have Orlando, June 13th, I believe, or maybe that's when I fly in. Let me look. Got to look at the calendar. It is going to be June 14th. I'm in Orlando. So make sure you're taking the time to book that. It's going to be a 4-hour question-based selling seminar. We're going to do a lot of interactive stuff and really just help you guys engage to get things going. So got people starting to jump on now. Make sure as you're jumping on to hit me up with questions, things that you guys want to accomplish in this call. I'm going to do these every Monday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So we started getting a lot of following that keeps coming back for this. But it only works well if we get interaction. So you guys can call me. My number's always going to be in the chat. I just threw that up there right now. Call me. Let's go over some of your questions. Let's bring that mic up close so you can hear me well. Let's go over your questions. Let's role play. Let's make sure you're understanding what you need to do to master real estate at a high level. Also, guys, the biggest thing that you could do with real estate is make sure you're getting in front of people. Too often, you're not talking to enough people. Out of the people that's on our call right now, give me a big thumbs up in the chat if you guys did over 150 contacts last week. Big thumbs up in the chat. Okay, Cleves, what's up, brother? That's my man. Cleves came to Atlanta with us. He came to my question-based selling seminar. Matt, give us a brief takeover of what you learned at that seminar and why people should attend Orlando on the 14th of June. Throw that in the comments. Call me, whatever you need to do. Let's get this ball rolling. But guys, I'm going to have Matt call me here in just a second so we can role play with him. He's a stud. Been doing door-to-door for a number of years, just getting into real estate. So I'm going to start training him. He's going to be in our coaching programs. Matt's going to be a killer. You guys watch for his name. You're going to be hearing me talk about Matt Cleves in our YouTube sessions, in videos. That guy's going to be a beast. So how many of you guys did 150 contacts? I'm not seeing any thumbs ups. No thumbs up in the comments. Come on, guys. Got to be doing 150 contacts at least. That's like kissing your sister. I mean, it's pretty bad. How about 100 contacts? I'll even drop it down. A contact is when you've talked to somebody, you've asked them if they ever considered buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Now, if you're not online yet and you're watching this later, can you say, I would have given a thumbs up if I was there? If you can't, guys, this is where we need to fix things, okay? Our bare minimum should be 250 contacts a week. 250 contacts a week. Okay, we're getting tons more people jumping on. Guys, hit me with some questions. Let's role play. Give me a call. But big things that are, you guys, you've got to get in front of people. You've got to ask questions. How many questions should we be asking when we get in front of somebody? The answer is 90% of your conversation should be questions. And you should teach through those questions, because as they answer the questions in the way that they would want to answer them, if you ask the right question, they are selling themselves. So make sure you're doing that. Guys, come on, get on here. Matt, call me. Let's role play with you. Let's do a role play session. I know you're just getting into real estate. No worries. I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if you guys are experienced agents. The whole key factor of jumping on here and spending your time is to get better, right? And the only way you get better is to practice. There's a confidence formula out there. It's the know-how, it's repetition, then it's correcting yourself, and you will have confidence, excuse me. But you've got to have purposeful repetition nonstop. And that's what role play sessions are for. That's what training's for. That's what, constantly improving is for. And that's honestly what contacts are for. So you can get out and get in front of a lot of people, talk to them, get better, and continue to improve each and every week. So one other thing that I had an agent do this last week, because he's like, Duane, I've been knocking area, and I feel like I'm just knocking the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And I don't feel confident to, stay in the same neighborhood because I feel like I've hit it all. I was like, my man, go knock it, and knock it hard, and make sure you're thorough. Make sure you've talked to every house. Goes out, talk about mindset, talk about him being positive, not, oh my gosh, I've talked to everybody. This is the worst area ever. But I'm going to find somebody today. This is a great area. And he went out, knocked, picked up 2 listings, signed listing agreements, and he's got a listing appointment for tomorrow. All in the same area that he said he was done with, that there was no one else he could talk to. So make sure your mindset's spot on. Matt says, I'm headed to the next job. Can't stay on too long. But if you want to get a better understanding of exactly how to take this opportunity to the next level, give Duane a shout. He's the man. Dude, appreciate that, Cleves. Guys, come on, reach out to me. Hit me with a text. Chat line is wide open, and we are ready to engage. These question and answer periods only happen and do well if there's questions, people. Imagine that. I can't give any answers to anything you guys aren't asking. So I'm just buying some time here, answering texts and checking things out as I'm waiting for you guys to comment, ask questions, role play with me, give me that phone call. I'm giving you guys essentially a one-on-one coaching session if you're just calling and engaging. But main things, you guys, is make sure you're hitting your goals. Make sure you're having a vision board. Make sure you're focusing in on what you should be doing to be successful as a real estate agent and doing those activities. Do you guys have a list of things you did well this last week? Do you have a list of things that you didn't do well this last week? How dialed in are you on your success ratios? How many doors did you knock? Did you get a listing appointment? Did you schedule a listing? Did you take a listing? Did you get a document signed? What did you do to make sure you got that? So these are all key factors. Okay, guys, dive into something. Let's go. Here we go. Leslie, thank you. I've been knocking doors, but we haven't gotten anything yet. We are getting a lot of no's and not yet. But we have done our research in the neighborhood, and we know people are moving. How do I get past the no? Leslie, you don't want past the no. The no's are fabulous. Okay? Call me. Let's role play this. You ready? My number's up there, 801-243-4544. 801-243-4544. Leslie, give me a call. Let's jump you on here. Let's talk through this, because I can guarantee you, Leslie, there's a lot of people that are experiencing the exact same thing in their market, and they need this help. So take one for the team. Let's jump on a call. You ready? Wait for my phone to ring. Come on, Leslie. See, I've got it. It's right here. I'm just waiting for it to ring, and then I will pick up, and we will role play through this. You okay doing that, Leslie? If you're not, just type no in the group and the text, and I'll try to help you the best I can. But really, the best thing that we should do is role play this so that you can see it. I'll even be the agent. That's how nice I'm going to be to you, Leslie. I'm not even going to be mean. and make you be the agent. I will be the agent. You can be the client, and you can tell me exactly what your clients are saying to you, and I will show you how to overcome that objection. How's that sound? All right, guys, hit me up with some other stuff as we're waiting for Leslie to respond that she's going to jump on, or no, she's not. And but big things, guys. If you're getting no's, that's not a bad thing. The only time it's a bad thing is if you're getting 2 objections that you can't get past. This is my forever home. Well, there goes the balloons. That's not a good balloon option. This is my forever home, and or I do not qualify. Those are the only times when a no is going to be a hard no that you can't overcome. The rest of them are just a condition. Let me help you understand why you need to buy and sell now. And once they understand that for themselves, they will. They'll buy and sell now. Leslie's at work. Dang it. No worries, Leslie. I appreciate your question. So first thing you need to ask, I'm just going to go through this. If someone else wants to call in, we've got plenty of people online to do this role play with. And I appreciate you, Leslie, for at least throwing out an objection. The biggest thing you need to do is ask, have you ever considered buying, selling, or investing in real estate? They say, no, not at this time. Cool. Is this your forever home? Why do you ask that question? Is this your forever home? Because that tells you if you can move forward or if you can't. If they say no, what do we need to know at that point? We need to know a time frame. Okay. So Matt, call me. Let's go over your objection, brother. So that at that instance, you need to go over a time frame. What the time frame does is allows you how to help them understand it's a better time to do it now than in that time frame, and show them the pros and cons through questions you ask. Okay. So I'm just going to throw out there, Leslie, they wanted to move in a year. Cool. What's important about a year? Why a year? They're going to tell you, I need to save up money. They're going to tell you they're waiting for interest rates to go down. They're going to tell you they're waiting for prices to drop, which in a lot of cases, you guys, that's not going to save them money. If prices drop, they're going to get into bidding wars. There's going to be a ton more buyers in the market. It's going to drive the price up. Help them understand that. If they're dealing with other issues like trying to save money, how much do they really need to save? Do they have enough equity? And what if you could get them into a zero down program? Or they think they need to save a lot more money than what they need to, and it's preventing them from buying now. Matt, my man, is calling me from Ontario, Canada. Let's get him on. Matt, my man, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Duane?
Doing great, man. I appreciate the phone call. So tell me the objection you got. Let's figure out how to overcome it.
Sounds good. So the odd objection was I would like to move. However, I can't necessarily move because my mom lives up the street and she just got here and we don't necessarily want to move until she's ready.
Okay. Condition or an objection? What would you say?
I think that's an objection. I guess that's a condition.
Okay. So you have to weigh it out, because if it's an objection, you can overcome it. If it's a condition, you may not be able to move past that. So what questions could you ask?
So the question I did ask was, why? Not why. What did I ask? I recorded it too. You can't hear it very well. But I pretty much said, okay, is your mom opposed to moving? And then she said, well, yeah, because she just moved here and she doesn't want to lose out because of the market turning and there's not enough equity in the home. And so.
Okay, let me go back. Let's stop right there. Why did you ask a question that you probably already knew the answer to? What did she tell you her condition or objection was? They didn't want to move because of why?
Because my mother just moved and she wouldn't want to move yet until the market shifts and gets better.
Okay, so then you came up with your first question as, would your mom be opposed to moving? You already know the answer to that, and it's no. She doesn't want to move, right?
Right.
So good question or bad question?
Terrible question.
Terrible question, yes. And I'm not trying to be mean to you. So what question should we come up with first?
That's where I was stumped, and honestly, I kind of just let it go from there.
Matt, you're going to laugh when I tell you this because you already know this question. What are we looking for? Whenever we ask a question, what are we looking to do? Move them to say no or say yes.
Right.
Which one?
We're looking to have them say yes, ultimately.
Perfect. So we need to create a solution in which they want to do this. So my first question to them would be, why are you guys moving? How are they going to respond to that?
Well, they want to move for whatever reason, whether it be upgrading or they're tired of the neighborhood or they don't like something about the home.
Okay. So does that cause them to think about moving more? Does it bring up the pain points?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So then we look at it and go, if you could save a bunch of money by moving sooner, would you consider it?
Right.
Even though it's not an ideal situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if your mom knew it was going to be crazy beneficial for you, do you think she would object to coming a little bit later than you on the move?
Got it. Okay.
Do you get me?
That's where I completely get that. And that's where I kind of choked up a bit. But because I did move towards, if it was beneficial to you moving now, would you be opposed to it? And she said, no, we wouldn't be opposed to it. How would we do that? And then I thought about it more and more as I was having the conversation, and the condition kept on coming in my head and saying, you know what, I haven't necessarily handled that part yet. So how am I moving forward?
And that's okay. Even if you don't handle it, she'll bring it up again. Your client will bring it up again if they're still stuck on it. Keep moving forward, right? But at the end of the day, one word I want to have you cut out, would you be opposed to it? Note, is that a positive word or a negative word?
That's a negative word.
Okay, so should we use that word?
No.
Okay, cut that out of your vocabulary. Never want to use opposed to it. Use considerate. Okay?
Okay.
Because then they have to weigh out the options. And what we're doing is we're just pre-planting seeds in the head to get them to start moving forward. So when you say consider, what does consider mean to you?
Just consider your possibility, options.
You need to look at it, right?
Kind of exploring. Right.
So when I say, hey, would you consider it? They're like, yeah, I'd consider it. Now is my job. What they're telling me at that point is, now you want me to teach you. Now you want me to teach you why it's beneficial for you. And then I have the rein to run.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then you could say, hey, and you kind of put her in a spot where she really can't say no to this, or her mom's a jerk. But you say, if we could prove the point that this would be crazy beneficial to you, do you think your mom would keep you from doing it and her coming a little bit later? She's going to say no to that 9 out of 10 times, even if mom would, because she doesn't want to sound like her mom's a jerk.
Right.
Catch me? So then you continue forward. What's our next question past that point?
Well, I would ask, is there anything else kind of holding you back besides your mother moving thereafter?
Okay, let's stop. Stop right there. Is there anything else holding you back? Is that negative or positive?
That's negative.
Okay, see my man? See exactly what I'm talking about? So you're trying to ask her to bring up another objection.
Right.
That's not what we're here to do. Dude, you're here to close her, not say, hey, tell me all your objections so I can just bat them out of the park until I run out of answers, right? So what question should we come up with? Let's think positive now. How are we going to help her understand that right now is way better for her to move to Ontario than to wait a year, 2 years?
So I would ask if she's familiar with what kind of market we're in currently.
Great. And I say, I'm not sure. Go ahead, keep going.
So there's quite a bit of activity in the neighborhood.
Don't start telling. Give me with another question.
Just a question. Okay.
You guys, did you catch this? Most agents are going to do exactly what Matt started to do. He's just going to start telling me what the market is. Okay? You can't just tell. Telling is not selling. Okay? Because the minute Matt starts telling me there's a lot of activity in the neighborhood, this is the prices are going to just keep climbing up. He's trying to convince me to do this so he can make a commission. and people started to push back. They started to resist. Okay. So Matt, hit me with a question. A simple one.
What kind of market do you think we're in right now?
I don't know.
Are you seeing a lot of homes on the market? Are you seeing a lot of sales happening?
We haven't looked, Matt. I don't know, because we weren't ready to do this yet. Okay, I'm going to take you back and I'm going to have you answer one easy, short question for me, and I want you to write this down. Everybody on here, write this question down. Do you think the market's going to go up or down?
Gotcha.
How simple is that question, Matt?
Very simple.
Notice how I'm not confused at all. Anybody can answer that question because it's self-reflecting. Do I feel like the market will go up or down? What's my next question, regardless of what they say?
So do you think it's going to be more or less expensive for you to buy in the future?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
How about why? Matt, why do I think the market's going to go up? Why do I think the market's going to go down? Does that answer the question you were just going to ask?
It does, absolutely.
But who does all the talking?
They do.
They have to explain their case. Why do I feel like the market's going to increase? Why do I feel like the market's going to crash? And in that point, once they start talking, Matt, you can use everything they're saying to then formulate your next questions.
Gotcha.
So if I say, I think the market's going to go up because, Matt, so many people from the US are bringing the dollar up here to Canada and buying these houses, and it's driving the prices up. What's my next question?
So let's say over the course of, I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to help you. Okay. So why are the Americans coming to Canada, do you think? How long is she going to now explain, or your client going to explain why that's happening?
They're going to go on for a while.
You got it, which then gives me time to formulate 2 more questions. And you should always formulate 2 to 3 questions based off of what they're saying. So you're right. Absolutely. They're moving up here because it's cheaper. They're using the Canadian dollar, and Canada's amazing. Do you think that's going to stop anytime soon? And if it doesn't stop anytime soon, what's going to continue to happen to home prices?
Got it.
How many times did they tell me they should buy it now in that conversation?
Sorry, repeat your question.
How many times did the client in that conversation with the questions I ask tell me they should buy sooner than later?
Several times already.
Every time they responded. Every time they responded, they were telling me they should buy sooner. Okay, am I done yet? Do I close them? No.
No, not yet.
No. How many closes do we want typically before we move on to the next step?
Maybe 3.
Matt, keep closing until they ask you. So what do we need to do to make this happen? Okay.
At this point, I guess you jump into the math of things, pretty much asking them, I mean, at this point, I don't know, because I've already have I already handled her? There's no objection here, right?
No.
So I'm leading with questions to get to where at this point, seeing as there's no real. I guess I have to show her
more closes. You got to have more closes until they're convinced. So Matt, you're right. There's no objections, and there should be no objections when you're running the conversation. Okay. That's how you know you're doing a fabulous job at this, is you're walking them through the conversation. The person that is talking is losing every time. So remember that. As real estate agents, if you're talking, you're losing every time. But if you're asking the questions, you have complete control of the conversation. So that being said, next thing we're going to go over is interest rates. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next thing that I can start closing on, and that's going to be interest rates. So I'm going to ask the question, hey, how familiar are you with interest rates? Most people are going to say not very familiar. Okay. Let me just ask you this. Are rates going to go up or down? And then let them respond. Why do you think rates are going to go down? Okay. If rates go down, what happens to home prices? Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry to cut you off there.
No, please.
What if they say, I don't know? Because I did get a lot of, I don't know. If I ask, if the market's going to go up or down, I don't know. Interest rate's going to go up or down, I don't know.
Matt, do people know, or are they just trying to be vague with you?
Gotcha.
Do they have an idea? This does happen. This does happen. So what do we ask when they say, I don't know? Good question. This is a fabulous question to ask.
What I did is I probed again. I'm like, well, what do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
And then they would proceed to give me
exactly. Yes, that's exactly what you should do. Is just say, but if you had to say, do you think they will go up or do you think they're going to crash? And they'll answer back every time on that second ask. Every time. Okay.
And what if they hit you? I'm seeing Matthew's comment there. What if they hit you with, what do you think will happen?
Well, I'm confident because I know the market of what it'll do. Let's just look over the past. So now I'm going to go back to a question. Okay. What has real estate done over the last 25 years? In fact, let's just go over the last 5 years. Has it gone up or down?
It's gone up.
Okay. Is there anything indicating that that pattern is going to change?
No.
So if we look back in the history of home prices, if you could have bought 40 homes back in 1950, would you have done it?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because they always go up.
You've got it.
A crap ton of money.
You've got it. So Matt, you just told me what I wanted to hear.
Right.
They're always going to go up and you're going to make a crap ton of money. Yes, I wished I would have done that too.
Gotcha.
So if rates drop, what do you think is going to happen to home prices?
Prices are going to go up even more.
Why?
Because it becomes more affordable for a mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Do you think our demand for homes are increasing or decreasing as more babies are born and as we grow and we run out of land?
It's definitely increasing.
Okay. Now, as the demand increases, what typically happens to purchase prices?
They go up.
Yeah, a ton. You're right. So as interest rates drop, I completely agree with you, Matt. The people will feel like they can afford it more, which then causes more people to put offers on homes. Do you remember back when we were, having the bidding wars? How much on average was it costing people?
Over here, somewhere around 50 to 60,000 over list price.
Oh my gosh, that's a ton of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So in your market right now, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market?
I'd say it's a buyer's market.
Okay, why would you say that?
In just the properties that I've helped clients buy, we've been able to go in with conditions and no multiple offer situations.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think if we put an offer on a house today, we could get it below purchase price, their list price?
Yeah.
By how much?
We do it all the time.
By how much?
I recently purchased a property with $20,000 under list price.
Okay. So let's just say $20,000 as an average. Okay.
Right.
Can you ask for closing costs?
Absolutely.
Do you get closing costs right now?
I do.
Okay. And client, whoever you are, what home price are you looking at upgrading to? And they'll give you a number, let's say $600,000. Now,
Right.
2% is typical closing costs on a $600,000 home. That's another 12 grand. So now we're sitting at $32,000 in savings. can you get repairs?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let's just throw another $5,000 in repairs. So now we're at $37,000. Now, let's say, client, whoever you are, that you wait and the market shifts, interest rates come down, now you're in a bidding war, and you end up paying that $60,000 more. Do you get closing costs?
No.
And you can't reduce off the purchase price, right?
Right.
And you're probably not going to get repairs.
Likely not, no.
Okay. So at that point, you look at it, it's a $37,000 swing if you buy now and a $60,000 loss if you wait. Now you add the two of those together, it's really costing you about $97,000. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So when you start looking at $100,000, do you think your mom would say, hey, you know, I'm going to follow you guys, but I've got to wait a year and you guys should wait too and lose that $100,000? Or do you think if you went to your mom and said, Mom, we can make an extra $100,000 on our house right now by moving sooner, would you be okay coming with us in about 6 months?
No, she'd definitely be on board.
Okay. Does it make sense for you if you could save an extra $100,000 to at least start looking at some different houses right now?
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. And this conversation's making me want to go back to that door and knock again.
So at this point, how I'm going to end the conversations, I'm going to say, what I want you to do is I want you to jump online and send me 3 of your favorite houses. Are you guys able to see houses tonight?
Got it.
See how I'm finding out how serious they are? I'm asking them for them to complete a task. And if they complete the task, game over. They're ready to buy and sell.
Wow. Okay, I got some more practicing to do.
Matt, dude, I appreciate you calling in and going through this with us. Guys, if you're not constantly doing this type of stuff every day, role playing every day, we have role play sessions twice a day in our organization for one reason. Matt, if you were to do this every day with me, how good do you think you'd get?
I'd get really good.
And if you're getting good, guess what, guys? There's a ton of cash in this because you have unlimited people you can get in front of. And like I said before, when I stopped knocking doors, I only did real estate doors for 2 years. When I stopped that second year, I was closing every 7th door that I talked to. Think of how much money you guys can make if you started closing at those ratios. It's awesome. 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 So I'd say invest in yourself. Remember the confidence formula. You got to get the know-how, which you guys are gathering some of this information. If you have the funds to be able to do it, I'll tell you to get into our coaching program, get on our EXP team, and build out the know-how as fast as you can. Then I would say constantly do the repetition. Do it over and over and over and over again. And then once you're there, then I would say you're going to have all the confidence you need to go close at a high level. Because that's really what it is. It's get the know-how, purposeful repetition by being aware of what you need to fix. And that's, Matt, you already told me you recorded it. Make sure you're listening to those recordings and going, crap, here I'm telling you again. Crap, here I am, not asking the right questions. I'm asking stupid questions. That was a horrible question. Why in the world would I have asked that question, right? And then you fix it and don't do it again. Once you continuously do that over and over again, you will have confidence. Guys, a year in my program and you guys will be selling lights out. I've got so many guys in my organization that are on pace to sell over 50 transactions this year. And it does nothing but just, it's good stuff, man. I love seeing people be successful. So as you get on and do this, this is really how you're going to be successful and how you're going to blow up your business. So massive stuff. I got Robert calling me on the other line. Matt, thank you for reaching out and being willing to jump on a call. I am confident tons of people that are on right now and that will watch this are doing similar stuff to what you're doing. and you just helped a ton of people by willing to role play with me. And I hope you learned something. So give me 2 takeaways of what you learned today.
Practice, more and more practice, that's for sure. Getting into the know-how on a regular basis. So that may very well mean jumping into coaching with you. And just don't get caught up on conditions, especially, right? It's not an objection. So I guess I didn't really tell the difference. I couldn't tell the difference in the moment. And so now that I'm looking at it in hindsight, it's definitely something I could have overcome.
Well, that's awesome. Make sure you're studying, you guys. You should have books so you're reading all the time. Give and take. I mean, I've got multiple books, just, the compound effect. I could open my drawer and show you 20 other books. Make sure you're reading a lot and gaining knowledge. I personally feel like, on my vision board, I've got to read 12 books this year, 1 a month, and I've already hit like 8, and we're in May. You've got to be constantly educating yourself to get better and better. And I don't think no matter what level you get to in life, you've made it. You should always be willing to learn, invest in yourself, grow. I just applied for a master's program, for Pete's sakes. And it's not to gain more finances, it's to gain more knowledge on how to grow stronger and bigger in all these different aspects that I want to grow in. And so, guys, it's so important. And when you look at education, just like Matt just said, maybe I need to jump into coaching. Guys, it's 1 cell. 1 cell more is all you have to do in order to pay for a full year of coaching. And if you don't 10x that, I've failed you and you didn't work. So in reality, you should 20 and 30x that, depending on how much volume you're currently signing. Robert, that just called me, is up in Detroit. He's a stud. He's doing 80 transactions a year right now. Guess what? He just signed up for my coaching program. He flew down to Atlanta and came to my course because he wants to do 200 transactions a year. And he knows with the question-based selling stuff that we're doing that he's going to be able to do that. And so, guys, level up. Wherever you're at, level up. Get to that next level. Make sure you're pushing yourself beyond where you feel like you could be. And reach out to us. I'd love to help you. So next Monday, 11 o'clock, guys, we're doing this again. Tell other real estate agents. Get a lot of people here. The more we role play, the better we get, the stronger we get. Let's be here next Monday again, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and do this again. This is going to be a constant for us going forward. So, Matt, once again, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for doing this call with us. And let's get you on here again next Monday. If no one jumps on, Matt, jump on here. We'll role play another one. Write down the objections you struggle with this week and what are common objections you're getting. Let's make you a pro.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you calling in. Hey, guys, we're going to wrap up, but thank you guys for being on today. Really love working with you guys. I appreciate all the comments, feedback. And once again, make sure you're sharing this with others. In reality, the main focus of my program is to help people sell higher amounts of real estate. I know I push the real estate coaching and training and all of those platforms, but I'm going to tell you why, guys. It's just because I want to help people get to 15 million in production. I could care less about the $15,000. I could care less about the $13,000 we charge in a team cap on my team. That isn't what it's about. It's about finding out who are leaders that I can get to 15 million in production that I can grow with, that I can then help recruit a team underneath you that you can train and teach and pull those people up to 15 million and make them leaders as well. True leadership pulls everybody up. Most of the brokerages you're in, your broker has never come to you and said, "Hey, Leslie, how can I help you get 50 guys underneath you and have you run a massive team?" Have any of your people in your brokerages ever done that? No. Here's why. They're scared of you having a big team and leaving them. I'm not. My goal is to have 1,000 people underneath me in the next 3 years. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it with a bunch of key leaders like you guys that are on these calls, that are willing to invest in yourself so you can hit 15 million. Why 15 million? Because I don't believe anybody has the right to teach you how to sell real estate if they're not making $500,000 a year. They should know how to sell real estate at a high level in order to be a leader in my organization. So you're not going to have people teaching you that aren't ballers. That being said, Get in, join us, become a leader. Let me build a team underneath you. Let me help grow your business, and let me help you make a lot of money as we all grow together and master the art of door-to-door sales. Hey guys, thanks for being on today, and look forward to catching you next Monday. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're also doing something really cool. We're doing some free giveaways. So if you want to get yourself flown out to Orlando, you want some of my free courses, make sure you're sharing my reels. Make sure you're tagging Jeremy Davis and Duane Richins in the reels you share and why you like them, how they've helped you. And we're going to do some free giveaways. So make sure you're a part of that. All right, guys, love to catch you. Oh, Leslie made a comment this past Saturday. A neighbor stopped us and said he might want to sell, and then he would call us this week. How would you go about pursuing that lead? Go see him. Did you gather his information? Say, I'm going to be in the neighborhood all week. Make sure you're in the neighborhood all week. And then go by, visit them, and start as if it's a brand new conversation. Don't knock on that door, Leslie, and say, hey, you said you wanted to sell. Great, I'm here to list your property. Ask them the same questions. I know you talked about wanting to sell. Why do you want to sell? What are you guys going to do? What's your timeline? Go through every one of the questions as if you had not talked to this person, because you have to have them close themselves countless times. Don't just jump in and go, oh my gosh, you said you wanted to sell. Great. Let me get you a listing contract. Here we are. Let's do this. Okay. Make sure you walk them through the process. Leslie, if you want to give me a call when you're off work, I will role play that scenario with you and help you get to where you're spot on and able to close that deal. And then you can shout out to everybody on social media, Duane helped me close this deal, and I just made $40,000 between the buy and the sell. That would be sick. So guys, once again, thanks for being on. Next Monday, 11 o'clock, make sure you're sharing the reels. Make sure you're sharing comments of what you've learned and how it's helped grow your business. And let's be a massive community here, guys, where we grow and help others grow and build crazy successful real estate agents through door-to-door sales. Have a great day, you guys. We'll see you.